Hello everyone, my name is Cobra and welcome to the first proper tutorial for Ben 10 Ultimate Alien Cosmic Destruction. In this tutorial I'm going to be covering both the any percent route and the New Game Plus route. I'll be showing every single skip there is for both runs. And before we get into the actual run, I'd like to say a few things. First off, if there's any new finding and this tutorial somehow gets outdated, I cannot physically update it unless I make another one, and that would take quite a bit of time. So what I recommend the most for any person that's even slightly intending on running this game, please join the Ben 10 Speedrunning Discord, where it's a bunch of cool guys. I'll put the link in the description. It'll be the first thing you see when you click on the description. Second thing, there are actually two versions of this game. Is it terribly important? Not really. The games are mostly the same except for the inclusion of a few unique glitches on both sides. So, one of the versions is Xbox 360 and PS3. That's one version where one or two glitches is possible that is not possible in the other version. And the second version, a lot of the runners for this game you might see are on PSP. That is the second version, and it actually has its own unique glitches that I simply cannot replicate on what I have. Such as, for example, Ultimate Echo Skip, or being able to fly past quite a fair bit of the Amazon, which is towards the end of the game, because one of the snipers on that is simply programmed terribly, while on my version he has insane accuracy and just hits you, so that skip is either very hard to achieve or impossible. So yeah, I'm not sure if I already mentioned this, but this will be done on the New Game Plus, simply because it's easier for me to show off everything. And yeah, so for you any percent runners, timing will begin on clicking New Game, which I simply don't have. Timing used to start differently, but now you click on New Game and you go. For New Game Plus runners, you will simply begin the first stage. Now, I'm not sure what my hotkeys are for life split. I will have this timer running for the whole duration. So yeah, without further ado, let us begin with the catacombs. So, obviously Mesh B to skip all the cutscenes. I will be referring to all the inputs I'm making as Xbox inputs because they're the easiest for me to use. Right, so the first thing to talk about is this pre-mission screen. It is important because here you can upgrade your forms and change them before the level starts. Now, that's not to say you can do it during the level, but why would you when you can do it now? For the first stage, on any percent, you have 0 points, so this is completely fucking useless. You can also press B here to change the forms, but these four actually do you just fine for the first level. Very well, so let us begin. Skip the cutscene. And already I'm going to introduce a form of moving which is much, much better than simply walking. It's called the AQS. So this is quite a toughie to explain, but I'll give it my best. Every single alien has 4 abilities. Swampfire has 2, which have a dash. This is the first one, and this is the second one. Those are the ones on the left and on top. What you want to do here is you want to use one of these abilities and switch off of Swampfire. It can be to a different alien or it can be back to Ben. So for example like this. Right? Just practice something like this. You want to hold left trigger, which is what you use to switch aliens throughout the whole thing. And just practice doing this. Switching from Swampfire into Ben and back into Swampfire. Once you get the hang of it, it becomes super easy. For people that run any percent, this doesn't actually save that much time on the first 2 stages, but becomes extremely useful from Devil's Towers onwards, so I would recommend you learning it. If you're completely useless at them, right now, don't worry. For new game plus learners, learn it as quickly as you can, because it's A, it makes the run so much better, and B, it's just so much faster than regular walking. Right. So yeah, so once you kind of can do this, don't bother holding a direction right now, just get good at this. You're gonna be wanting to hold the left control stick as well, and you'll be moving. So you can probably imagine how much faster this is than actually walking. So with AQSing out of the way, you'll see me doing this through the whole run, and at one point we'll even be interchanging aliens. And by interchanging aliens, I will be using 2 different aliens. And will form an even better version of what I'm doing now. What this trick is called, it's called the AQS. The Alien Quick Switch or the Ability Quick Switch. Either or. I don't know what the fuck to name it, so there you go. Right. Move your way through here. One important thing about AQS is every single ability that you have, if it can find a target for it, it will go to that target. You see this pot? If I'm on an AQS, it will bring me towards the pot. Now what that means for us is we as runners have to memorize where the pots are and where things are that we can lock onto, and simply avoid those and walk past them. So you'll see me often do this and just walk past the pot. Skip the cutscene, AQS to the left into the cutscene. Skip it and hit the button. Skip this cutscene too. Hit the left guy, hit the pot. Oh, okay, maybe. So I have kind of messed it up. And I'll give you a strat for any percent. It's rather tough and it doesn't always work. If you attack the left guy, immediately after that attack this pot. If you attack the guy on the right, they will line up in such a way where one is directly behind the other, and you can hit them with your auto attacks both at the same time. So you want to attack, go, and Sunflower will jump to this, then he'll jump to the guy on the right, and because he hit the first guy, he's going to be behind him technically, and you can just kill them both. So for combat in this game, we're going to be mostly using AoEs and then just hitting people to get our mana bar back. One very important detail about AQSs, which I forgot to mention, is that all your abilities take your mana bar at the start of the attack, except for the abilities which we use to AQS. So basically, you can AQS as far into the animation as you want, provided that it doesn't take your mana bar. So you'll see how it actually only takes the mana from me, or the energy, at the very end of the animation, or towards the end of it. This is why we're able to AQS. If it took the mana at the start, it will be near impossible. Alright, well, proceed to make your way this way. Skip all the cutscenes on the way. Gwen is complete useless here in this game, really. Except for story-wise, I think she does something, but I don't know. I can't remember what the cutscenes are.
Hold the right trigger and press
right.
B, X, or Y to choose what you're going to use to kick butt.
Once more of them spawn, use your AoE. Once you've killed all of them, jump up here and get ready for the gate to open. Now, the thing about running this game is you want to be not reactive, you want to be proactive. So you want to be waiting for that gate to drop, not going, oh wait, the gate dropped, I should probably go through it. Right, I think that would be it really for combat. Most of the aliens we use for combat are as follows. It would be, the most common we use are Big Chill and Swamp Fire, and only for the last stage, at least in this route, we use Water Hazard. So, yeah. Proceed to go through this way.
Future broken walls can
Over here,
smash
switch to Humongous Roar and just hit this wall.
press the X button when
And now I bring you to the first Ultimate Alien fight. You've won in each stage, and they're not the best. Some of them are pretty fun, like the one with Big Chill and the Great Wall, but otherwise they're not that fun. Alright, I'm gonna pause the game here. In this one, what you want to do is you want to utilize the dash to get somewhat through most of them and also get into the middle of the stage. And then you just basically want to spam your AoE attacks because you have infinite mana in this stage. So, knock through some of them, get to the middle, and proceed to spam your AoEs. This boss fight ends when you kill all of these guys. So, this will spawn one wave, the one we just killed. These guys will start rapidly spawning as soon as you kill every single one in that first wave. And then you just want to start clearing them as fast as you can. There we go, that should be everyone.
Lucky I've got more important things to deal with than you.
Alright. Skip cutscene. Now, you can, if you want to optimize your runs, switch to Swampfire, jump over here, switch to Terror Spin, and I'll teach you something very cool now. Also, if it's your first sort of few runs, like, don't worry about, like, AQSing and optimizing everything, because, really, it only saves a bit of time, and don't hassle yourself with too many details, because it really is a lot to learn. I'll be talking a lot, and if something looks really difficult, feel free to skip it or come back to it later. This game has some really weird skips sometimes, and it's not always possible for us to get everything on the first try, so, right. Also, one more rant before I get into this next skip is the game also can crash in multiple stages, but a lot of these we can prevent. For example, later in the game, there's some parts where if you leave enemies in areas that get deloaded, the game will have to deal with those enemies that are in areas that are deloaded and sometimes crashes. The same thing, the exact same thing can happen in this stage. The life split bar just dipped all the way into red. Same thing can happen here if you use Big Chill and freeze guys under a floor that's coming up, because they'll be in an area that's completely deloaded and it'll crash your game instantly. Anyway, go over here, and now I'll teach you a very important thing, very important trick that you'll see me use quite often. This is the jump I have at base. This is when I'm standing on flat ground, right? I can't even make it to the top. There's something even better in this game. If you are gaining vertical height by walking up something, whether that be stairs or there is slope, we call this trick slope jump. And the way it works is if you're running up a surface that's going upwards and jump, you will actually jump higher than if you were to jump on flat ground. Did you see how high I jumped? Like, it's unbelievable. Alternatively, if you hate doing these, just walk up the stairs like a pussy, but, you know, whatever. This is really easy, so just jump up here. If you get a bad one, because you're using Terror Spin, he can, like, also kind of fly up it. So don't worry about it. The same thing also goes for the opposite. So if you're walking downstairs and you jump, or down a slope and you jump, you will not jump nearly as high as you think. And you can take that to the bank. Right. This next part, you want to jump up on this and jump to the top. I'll show you again where this is. just sort of the wrist where this gear is. You can stand on this. And what this does is it skips the whole echo puzzle. Go over here. And now I'll show you a trick that I actually didn't know was in the game until I played it properly. 3, maybe more, but I think only 3 aliens in the whole game have a attack that is just a kick when they jump up high. So if you just jump up and attack, you...
Breaking objects will earn you bonus
Not like that.
and you don't even have to worry about paying for the damage. So just go for it.
I'll show this again because I want to show you how this works, because it's used in a few spots for just simply better movement. There we go. That sort of thing, it's not a kick for terror spin per se, but for Big Chill and Water Hazard, they do like this kick motion. And it covers so much distance, it's unbelievable. If you're on any percent, knock this gate out and go through it. If you're on New Game Plus, and all your aliens are maxed out, their attacks are much faster. So you want to use Echo's left attack to open this gate and already be inside. Same thing goes for when you're walking out.
You can push some objects with humongous.
Skip, switch to Swamp Fire, switch to Humongousaur, and grab this. But do it in a quick motion. So you spawn about here, you want to do something like this. Switch to Swamp Fire, proceed to AQS. AQS and run over here. You want to switch to Terra Spin before this gate falls. Why? Because these stairs are long, and instead of walking down them, we're going to do a jump and kick. One thing to note is every time you see me AQSing and you feel like it's too hard, I don't want to do it, you do not have to AQS at any point in this run except for Devil's Tower in Indiana Jones segment, and I'll show you exactly where that is, but that is way later. So run over here, trigger the cutscene, skip, Echo, same trick. If you're 90%, hit it just with an auto attack and walk in, because it's much slower, because the animations are slower if you're not using upgraded aliens. Hit the button.
The stone looks like it fits in that keyhole.
Really? What gave it away? The giant stone-shaped hole or the giant hole-shaped stone?
Perfect. Put the rock in the hole. And jump over here.
Counter enemy attack.
The game will give you a tutorial on how to counter, which actually I guess I'll show right now. That little icon above their head, if I press Y, or I guess triangle on PS3 if it's the same control scheme, you will counter them. This is useful for one type of enemy. The shield guys, which we'll cover later. Hit the switch.
Terraspin can easily use his hover ability to clear gaps like these. Use this to save your place. If you quit the game, you'll start back here next time.
If you're on 80% and learning this, like if you're learning 80% off my tutorial right now, just know, in the early levels, your Swamp Fire AoE will do less damage. I think it still one-shots the base guys, I'm pretty sure. But the guys in just a small bit, you will not be able to one-shot. They'll take like 2 auto attacks. And then I think it's called Overgrowth, to kill. As for an upgrade path, I will begin each stage more or less talking about what you should upgrade. But I would recommend that you either A, check out the world record for any percent to see what upgrade route is used there, or B, ask in the Discord for what people think, or C, which I think is the best one, just play the game out and come up with an upgrade route yourself based on how you like to play. Swampfire is who I use for combat in stage 1 and 2. In Devil's Tower I use Big Chill, in Great Wall I also use Big Chill, in Tokyo Nights I use Big Chill, in the Amazon I use Big Chill. In Coliseum, I'm go back to using Swampfire, and in Final Battle it's Water Hazard. So my upgrade path might be different from yours, which is why I can't really give you an upgrade path. However, what I can do is I can tell you which attributes of your alien to max. So for generally, because we want speed, your AQSs are simply based on the speed attribute of your alien. The more speed you have, the faster every single one of your animations on that alien is. This includes walking and every single ability, as well as auto attacks. Max speed first. Secondly, you want to upgrade power, or I think it's called attack or strength. I think it's called strength. And defense, you can do if you want. Later in the game, it can be rather tough. On any percent, actually, in general, the battles are much tougher. And you might find just having to run away from a boss for healing because the boss is simply that overpowered. Which is also why I recommend to new runners, learn the game, have fun with New Game Plus, and, well, then try out any percent. Right, this is a big puzzle room. Skip the cutscene. We don't care. AQS your way through here, or if you're on any percent, not yet, because it's actually not that much faster. Yeah, you want to start AQSing, I think. Well, actually, I guess Eiffel Tower you can start AQSing. Catacombs, you can practice, but I wouldn't recommend on any percent. You can plus you AQS through the whole thing. So, there's an invisible wall over here. You see this, like, where I'm about to fall off this ledge? That's where the invisible wall ends. So you're going to want to AQS and then switch into Terra Spin, walk over here, and jump. Fly over and land about here. Perfect. Do not fall in this hole. If you fall in this hole, you are soft locked. You cannot get out. Jump over here, kick. Use your superior fighting skills to flex on these guys. There we go. Skip cutscene. We're gonna do another slope jump into a kick. This barely gets us across, but don't worry. If you are fast and not explaining while recording a YouTube video like me, you would make this cycle. So you want to jump over here. And actually you can make the jump from here, I'm pretty sure. So as soon as you get it, just feel free to jump. One more thing. Generally in the game, you do not know which of these are real. The ones I just jumped across are always 100% real, which is why you jump on them. The two on the sides, they're not real. These ones, they don't bother us. And you see these ones at the very, very end over there? We're going to go there anyway in a sec. You don't actually know which of these are real until the game decides. Until the game decides and you pull this lever, they are all fake. Go over here, pull the switch, skip the cutscene. So if you're in a pickle like me, where I jumped on the thing, and just as I jumped on it, it was about to go away from me. I might have missed it narrowly. I'll show you once I get across, actually, because I don't want this to go pig on me. After a kick, you have a second where you can't move. If you switch into a different alien, it'll automatically cancel it. Anyway. Go over here. Jump. Do not use Terra Spin's ability on this. Kick. Now, you can jump this. Doesn't matter if you take damage. Not one bit. I'm on 80% if you guys need to really be, like, just saving up your HP, I guess. Before we go into this fight. Because our DPS is simply superior, the only thing this guy has on us is crowd control, which is stuff like stuns and knockbacks. So once he attacks us, we will just simply have to take a hit. Except that's not true, because if we use our overgrowth while he is hitting us, our animation will go through regardless of what happens. So what we're going to do in this fight is we're going to punch this guy. And when you see him revving up an attack, you're going to want to use your overgrowth as soon as that attack is about to hit you. Why? Because you can do damage while you're technically supposed to be getting stunned, which saves a bit of time for you. So I'll show you what this fight is like. If you're on 90%, this fight is fucking tough, man. But if you use the trick I just told you about, it will be much easier. And this trick is actually more important on 90% than it is on New Game Plus. Skip cutscene. Switch to Swampfire. See, blocking actually doesn't do that much. I'll maybe show you what this looks like if I skip the attack. Okay, well, I mistimed it awfully. Awfully mistimed it. Basically, like once he ground slams, there'll be like this big bubble. You wanna just Swampfire Overgrowth right before it hits the floor. That's his most common attack. The other one is just a swing with his right or left hand. Anyway, continue through here. If you're low on HP, you can get these health from these pots and that sarcophagus or coffin. Do not walk up to hit it. That is slow. Use your fireballs. Continue through here. Switch Echo, make a clone. Hello? Once Echo finds a button he can press, the AI will go do it. Sometimes, the AI is fucking stupid. Like, see how he was closer to this one, but he still went for the other one? This can happen, so you want to predict that. In fact, I'll go one more time. That's why you sometimes want to go and do it a bit further back. Switch. Once the buttons are pressed, you can switch. Walk up, hit this button, jump on top of it, and jump over here. Not a terribly tough one to make, I just hold up and right. Get over here, interact with this. Bit of AQS action over here. Now, technically, also if you ever are in a pickle, I've said this twice in the tutorial, I'm kind of ashamed. And say like you don't make a jump, instantly switch to Terra Spin and press A again and he'll begin flying. Now, there used to be this weird thing you could have done. And I will not cover these right now because this is not a place where we're going to be using one. This is the next area we're going to be going into. And there's a fight in there. There's a trigger that once you hit it, it will teleport you inside the room and begin a fight. So this technically isn't a skip unless someone finds a way to make it one. I've tried so many things and none of them worked. Moving on. Use your overgrowth. If you're still low, hit these pots. Here's another thing that you should probably know. If you don't have an AQS and you want to like get a quick dash to someone instead of walking, you can hold guard and roll in any direction. Same thing here. I missed it great, but whatever. Continue walking through here. Hit the button, skip the cutscene, and switch to Humongosaur. Now, a lot of these things I'm going to have to spend a while to cover, and there's a lot of info. And this stage is really not that difficult, so we're going to save a lot of the talking for the later levels where it's really needed. One other thing you should know, you cannot switch aliens while in the air, and if you do a dash off of a ledge, you will gain a bunch of speed. For example, look here. There we go. If you do that and want to proceed to AQS, it's going to look a bit awkward, right? In fact, maybe you can even do something like this. But feel free to play through the game as you like. This is a tutorial that's supposed to show you like all the glitches in Skip that are pretty hard to pull off, some of them, and not really like the super pixel perfect movement. Get ready to use your overgrowth as soon as they spawn. Overgrowth, and finish the last guy. Roll over here and instantly interact with this. I'm kind of wasting a bunch of time and talking through it, and I want to pick a right balance between showing you guys how fast it's supposed to be and also taking my time to explain how things work. But yeah, there you go. So push the rock up here. Skip cutscene. Now, there's two ways you can go up here. You can either A, take the stairs, jump over here, and go to the top, or you can go the Chad way, which I have, it works all the time, but sometimes it's just a bit finicky. Switch to terror spin. And here I'm going to go over moon jumps. So often in this game there are areas where you can go in as a small character, for example Echo, or even Ben, and if you switch to a character with a big hitbox and jump, the game will try and push you out as hard as it physically can because your hitbox is too big for the small area that you're in. And it looks something like this. And this completely throws us so high up. You can really see the boss arena from here. It's pretty funny. So yeah. I haven't actually tried clipping in there before. Might be worth to check out. Wonder if this works with Humongousaur as well. There you go. So you can do it with both of them. Oftentimes you'll only be using one big character, so you have to kind of choose. Sometimes they both work, sometimes only one of them works. It's weird, but you'll know. Anyway, so don't jump at the gate. There is no trigger for the boss here. The trigger is actually over here, so walk into it. Skip this cutscene. And skip this cutscene. Go over here. Overgrowth. Dodge, dodge, jump over laser. This guy lived. Dodge over here. Unless you want to AQS, that's also fine. Skip the cutscene. Switch to Humongousaur and push this in. It's important to mention for 90% if you're low at any point in this game, or this fight rather, feel free to hit a pot. It will give you life, and you know, like the same way you can DPS in a team if you're dead, you want to make sure that you're better, you're better off safe than sorry. Especially if it's your first few run. Walk over here and hit this rock. Why do you not jump over this rock? Well, while you're hitting and breaking that rock, it's quite likely that one of these guys just dies on the laser because they're bad. And the laser does damage. It's crazy. So you're gonna see me walking up to just pick up health pots. That's okay. This laser does damage. Alright. If you're low, before you put this in, you want to make sure on 90% you're almost full HP. Because this fight can be a bitch. Really. These pots, probably the best ones to grab. You want to push this all the way over to the end. Because this isn't like a lot of the other Benton games, you can switch aliens instantly, which is why I'm pushing it in first and not doing something else. Go over to Echo. Do not spawn him on this wood. There's a good chance the AI bugs out and just sits there AFK while you have no way to regen mana. Go over here. And spawn him over here. And also don't spawn him too close to it because you saw what just happened. He didn't spawn. Alright. While the cutscene's playing, I'll explain how to deal with this fight. he has a few attacks, and you want to make sure you always have your overgrowth ready. You want to always make sure you have mana for overgrowth. So you're going to be smacking him. And he has one attack where he raises his sword and he will spawn a bunch of clones of himself. Now they all die in one hit, but they do similar damage. And it really hurts, especially 90%. The fastest way to deal with them is to simply use the AoE attack. Now, because I'm on New Game Plus, I do a fuck ton of damage, and you'll see that. But you'll see the same thing, where I will also use my overgrowth. That was a bit too early. You see how I use my overgrowth to cancel some of that attack? It works on the second one.
Thou canst not defeat me. The power of yon artifact
Skip the cutscene.
is my...
And this one too. You want to be really using your attacks to your advantage. He can actually even do the clone attack on me because he killed him so fast on New Game Plus. But yeah, 90%, not a joke. I like to split on this mission accomplished screen. So, 23 minutes behind right now. And here we begin. Like, here kind of is where the fun begins, really. So, New Game Plus. Actually, we'll go over 80% first. Any percent. Switch out Amphibian for Terraspin. Any percent, this is what you're going in with. But what I do in my New Game Plus runs is I have Echo Echo here, and I switch, or sorry, I have Terraspin down there, and I have Echo Echo over here. This is for a New Game Plus only strat, which I will show off to you now. If you're on, what's it called? 90%, you might want to upgrade like speed on this guy, and also overgrowth. But yeah, let's begin. Skip cutscene.
Vilgax lives in a van down by this river now.
AQS 3 times into the cutscene. Skip cutscene, AQS again. Jump, grab, double jump, grab. AQS twice. Jump, grab, double jump, grab. AQS twice. And grab this. Practice this as much as you can. This is a cool segment, so I'm sure you'll have no worries. Jump over here. Double jump here. Now, you can, while you're getting height, if you switch to any alien, you will instantly begin falling. Which is why after you grab this, double jump and immediately switch. Then jump and kick. I missed it because I'm bad. So I'll go do it again. There we go. Kick over here. Skip cutscene. Swamp fire. So, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you both methods of how to do this. Any percent. Proceed to just go through this normally. Not like this. You want to fight better and use overgrowth. Anyway. Skip cutscene and use water hazards to open this. New Game Plus. Do not fight these guys like I just did. Walk in, spawn the guy. You want to spawn this guy first, then retreat and switch over here to Echo Echo. Now, this is going to be sort of like a moon jump, but it's going to be used with, it's going to be using Echo Echo, so it's going to be called the Echo Launch. You want to go over here and use the topmost ability. This only works if you have a fully maxed out Echo Echo with this ability maxed and speed. Now the angle kind of matters, but not really. So you want to look somewhere like this. switch to Terra Spin and start flying over here. Now, because I'm bad, I actually didn't start flying instantly. Go over here. At max height, switch to Terra Spin and fly into this building. Now, the hitbox is rather large, so don't worry about it. And this will skip this whole section. Go over here. AQS your way through here if you can. So, you know, fly over here. Switch this guy. Start AQSing. And you want AQS off this building. Kill this guy. Kill these guys. If you have overgrowth maxed out, you are able to kill them with the second wave of fire. So after you do the overgrowth, just start walking this way. It will kill them.
There's no way.
Why look, it's a conveniently placed
I'm bad.
trap. Try blowing
Use
up
this,
items.
dodge.
Use energy to melt the light pole.
What I did there was I just used fireballs to get that car. Then I used energies, ranged attack. And melted the lamp pole. Right. You want to skip the cutscene I just watched. AQS your way up through here. Get these guys with one overgrowth if you can. I messed it up. Jump over here, grab this, and AQS inside to trigger the cutscene. Now get ready to do the same overgrowth strat. After this guy dies, switch Echo onto Water Hazard. Now, it's important to note, you can switch Echo off into Water Hazard at any point after doing Echo launch. Doesn't matter, I just like doing it here. AQS into a kick, then switch. AQS into another kick. Make sure your movement is as pristine as it can be. Skip cutscene. Jump over here to the side. This is what you're going to be doing. You're going to switch to Terra Spin, jump over here. And one thing I'd like to tell you guys, every single skip I do is possible on both New Game Plus 90%, except for this Echo launch. Maybe there's one more thing I'm forgetting, but I'll tell you. So, for both categories, just follow along. So as it turns out, this thing actually doesn't have proper roof. Jump over here. Don't jump on like that. You might barely make it, but it's kind of finicky, right? Unless you learn to jump at the height of your jump, then it seems to work out fine. But there's a better way. If you jump off to the side, you will get it more often. And also you can get a slope jump here, so. Jump over here, switch to Terra Spin. You want to jump up and hover up. Congratulations, you are on top of the wall now. Follow this wall. Jump over here and fly. Jump onto this one. And keep jumping like this. Now this wall is wider than you think, so don't get, you know, too sort of like careful going, oh, I don't really know where I'm going. This wall is pretty fat. Just make sure you kind of see where it is and you'll be just fine, don't worry about it. There's a chance this room isn't spawned yet by the time you go in. Simple. So let's say, alright, let's say for example this room is not here and it's black because you didn't load it. Jump over here and start rapidly switching aliens to make the game to like reset your fall speed and also like I guess lag the game a bit. This will load this whole area. Melt this. Switch to Water Hazard and water. And over here and do the second one. Switch to energy to not take damage.
Platforms sure look unsafe.
Proceed to AQS.
Don't stand on them for too long.
Okay, that wasn't the cleanest, but it was okay. That's not the movement that is the best here in this area. So once you hit this wall, you're going to be fighting the two bros. I forget their name from the show. Maybe in the comments someone can say what they're called. Anyway. Let's get this cutscene, switch this on fire. Overgrowth them both. And overgrowth them both again. Sometimes they will group. Sometimes they will not group. If they do group, good. Anyway. Now, it's important to note, you can climb up these with any alien you want. That is either Big Chill or Swampfire or Water Has. They're all kind of the same type of alien. Now, there typically used to be a 2-minute cutscene here. But now what we do Will Harang skip, which skips this whole 2-minute cutscene of Will Harang talking shit about us on TV. This guy, do not fight him. Instead, switch to exactly Terra Spin, jump on top here, and switch to energy. I don't know why this happens. I don't have to know. Switch to Terra Spin and you want to fly over onto this lamp. Now, from that lamp, I'm pretty sure you can also sort of do this. And it works sometimes. Or if you're like me, you just jump down here and then climb up. Now, remember how I taught you the moon jump with Terra Spin? We're going to do it again. See that container? We're going to nicely get inside it. However, behind that container is like this weird stone kind of skirting board for the building. I don't know how to describe it. Make sure you're fully on the ground before you choose to switch. So, go over here. You can remain as Swampfire. Go over here. Now, if you land... So I got not the best one. You can get a really high one. Actually, I'll show it off. I need to bait this guy over here. You can get a really high one, or you can get like a semi-high one like me. If you got one that's of similar height to mine, just land on the invisible wall. That's a high one. And you want to fly over to the end. Tilt your camera up so you can see where you're landing, and you want to land right here. If you get a bad one that's like kind of meh, just jump on top of that wall. There's an invisible wall there, land on that, and just jump down here, like I did just a while ago. So, AQS through here. This chair will spawn. Actually, it's not a chair. I don't know why I thought it was a chair. Do not hit that, it can hit you even here. So, AQS through here. Jump, and switch to energy. Now, you want to be using energy for basically the rest of this now. Jump over here. Smack that. Skip cutscene.
Hey, you've got something that belongs to me.
I believe you're mistaken.
Time for a cutscene. There are 2 different cutscenes where you can go sort of, you can go toilet, you can go grab a drink. Totally fine.
I wasn't
So,
stealing anything. I was recovering an artifact that was already in the process of being stolen.
Repoing it from the
the first one is an Eiffel Tower. The second one is in Tokyo Nights during the talk with the clown, except that one's a bit slower. So if you really need to go do something, do it right now. This is a long cutscene.
Just try and take it away from me if you dare.
Over here! Save us! We're trapped!
Now you have to be here for this part, unfortunately, so. So there's 3 options you can take for the QTE, the quick time event. I just choose Water Hazard. I think his ones look the fastest. Just drops the car down super quick. I don't know if they're actually any different. I think for the fight with the clown and Tokyo Knights, they really do matter, but otherwise I'm not sure. Skip cutscene. This fight is easy. Run over to the side, use your AoE, so your last button here, or sorry, the lowermost button here, and this will clear out everyone, so you can just sit here and just spam your ranged attack. Your ranged attack is the one on the right. He has a chance to throw a net on you like that, so just get out of it. Make sure, by the way, you're this far, because look, what's gonna happen is if you're too close to him, some shots will simply go straight under him and not hit him, because if you're at the back, if you're like pretty far back, all your shots will will home onto him, as they're like kind of homing attacks. But if you're way too close, they have a chance of just completely missing him and going through. Skip cutscene. Split. And now we're going to begin Devil's Tower. Probably my least favorite area in the game. Alright, switch out Echo Echo for Big Chill. What I do here on any percent is I begin upgrading the fuck out of Big Chill's speed, Blizzard, and if I had leftover points, I'd probably put them into strength. But yeah, this is what you'd be using on any percent. New Game Plus. Get rid of Humongosaur and use Echo Echo. There's a way to skip this fight, but I don't recommend it. It's really tough. So, now that I've done this fight, I will explain what I just did. So, why is Big Chill my favorite alien in the whole game? Well, similar to Swampfire's Overgrowth, Big Chill has a Blizzard, except, guess what? If we switch to any other alien, his Blizzard animation will cancel, but the attack still goes through. Which means we can do Blizzard, continue attacking people, get the bar up, and have basically like mana regen all the time for our attack. Also, every time I call it mana, you can say mana or energy, it's the same thing, doesn't matter. Right, so I guess now I'll explain the strat that I said you can use to skip this, but I don't recommend. I don't use this personally. So you can kind of get a slope jump onto this lamp here. And I'm not even sure if I can get it because it's really tough, I think. There we go. And then if I remember correctly, go like here or something. There you go. And then you simply just drop and keep going, and this skips this barrier. But I found it really tough, so I don't usually do it in runs. I just kill them. It's not that much faster. So, Spider Monkey. Okay, and this is actually I won't talk about it just yet because I'll show you. But you'll see me AQSing with 2 aliens, and I'll show you this now.
Push that minecart onto the lift, then use Humongosaur to crank it up.
So she told you to use Humongosaur to crank up the lift. Wrong. We're not going to do that on New Game Plus. Any percent, you do have to, unfortunately, do as she says. So New Game or any percent. Put that box on top of this, crank it up, and now go all the way to the top and bring it there, and then pull the lever. So back to what I was saying. This is what an SAQS looks like, so Super AQS. It uses 2 aliens, and what you essentially do is you do a long attack, switch to a different alien that can do that same, then do their one, then switch to the other one, and it looks a bit weird. I won't really be showing you on my controller what it looks like. I mean, I guess it can, but you want to just... It looks weird, but essentially you'll be switching once to the other one and once to the first guy again. Right, well now that we've got SCQSs out of the way, it's essentially the same except for when you switch back to Ben and back to the alien, you'll be switching once to a different alien. Alright. So remember the Echo launch? This was actually where I initially discovered it. And it saves so much time. So you go over here, and this one is a bit tough. You wanna launch yourself, and it gives us a few shots. There we go. Except that was a bit too low. There we go, that's a good one. Land on top of this. I'll show you guys again. The angle, you can get away with some weird ones. But generally speaking, you want to get enough so that you... Yeah, I was gonna say this looks about perfect. If you face it too much this way, you'll just go flying like with not that much height. And if you go completely into the wall, either it won't work or it'll do this. So something like that. It's too low. There we go. Switch over here, big chill, jump, kick, SAQS through here. Now, if you're on any percent, you want to walk through this gate, then you gotta go and be Spider Monkey and pull that lever, then go all the way back. My game is kind of lagging because I'm in a weird place. And you can plus, we ignore all of that. Ignore all of it and just walk this way. Now, there's a huge fight here, and I stopped doing this fight because there's a trick that's much better. Switch to Spider Monkey. Pull this guy down. And I'll introduce to you the concept of using enemies as a thing you can stand down. So, enemies, you can actually stand on this game, and they are fantastic for a few different reasons, because they let you access areas you can't usually access. And while I used to think they're pretty tough to go on top of, they're really not. So you can slide off them like this, ow. But you wanna just learn to judge like where they are in relation to you and how far they go. Most of the time, you want to jump and go a bit into them, like that. Then I'm gonna bring this guy over here. Come here, buddy. This is not as hard as I'm making it look, by the way. And jump over here. And now he's like, what the fuck happened? And there's usually a big scripted fight over there, so I'd recommend skipping it. You can go down this way normally, or if you're like me, you can slope jump into a kick. That also works fine. And here I'm going to give you a choice. You can either risk your whole run to get a skip that actually isn't that tough, but if you fuck it up, it's a soft lock and you have to reset. As you can see on the clock, I'm already an hour in technically, but this is only 3rd level. But we are narrowing in on the halfway point of the run, so if you don't like sort of resetting over dumb bullshit, you don't have to do this and just continue walking through normally. You can do this on both New Game plus 90%. Jump on this door, then jump and lightly, very lightly, go a bit forward and jump on top of this. Now you do not want to fall off this. If you fall off this at any point, you are fucked. So, jump over here and jump on this invisible wall. It runs along this whole side. And you see this door, it's black right now, because the door hasn't actually loaded in as far as I'm aware. Maybe we're just looking at it from a weird angle. This door is not there. We want to jump and fly in here. Now, you see this door? We're going to be falling in. And once you made it here, you can kind of continue walking along this path. And you are going to walk in here. Okay, we can actually pause cutscenes, which lets me talk about one thing. This is the Indiana Jones section. If you're bad at AQSing, don't do it the way I'm going to show you. If you're bad at AQSing, do this.
Boulders are heading right for you. Use the platforms to avoid the boulders, but don't stand there too long. They look a little unstable. Watch out! There's a gap ahead. Make sure you jump.
One thing to note. Stand on the edge of the platform. Look, this is what happens when you stand on the part closest to the side. That happens. Now, if you're Pog at AQSing,
Use the platforms to avoid the boulders, but don't stand there too long. They look a little unstable.
Chill.
Watch out! There's a gap ahead. Make sure you jump.
the camera is really Papiga. There you go. And that is Indiana Jones done first try. So, if you're bad at AQSing, or even if you're intermediate and just don't want to fuck around and lose time, because I've lost so many of my early runs, and I lost time here because I died like 3 times on this trying to get fast Indiana Jones. It's crazy. Once you get really good at AQSing, or if you're on New Game Plus and you're using SAQSs with 2 of them, it becomes so much easier to do this trick. But that was Indiana Jones. If you don't want to waste time, just do it the first way I showed you. It's not that big deal. No one's gonna laugh at you. Really, trust me. Jump over here, swing, and begin your second. Is it your second? It's your third. Ultimate Alien Fight. This is Spider Monkey. Just spam your melee ability. It's a big AoE. It's not the AoE at the bottom of the screen. I'm using the punches. Break this pillar before you kill everyone in the first wave. Because if you don't, a cutscene will play where Archer spawns there. It's really weird. If you get rid of it before he spawns there, he won't spawn there and the cutscene won't play.
Don't make me come down there and do your fighting for you.
Right, GG. So, there, I'm going to show you the normal way to do this method. I know that Cubo, another runner of this game, has found mill skip on PSP, and I'm not entirely sure if I can do it or not. But if I cannot, I will either A, link it or link a video to how it was done in the description. It'll have a nice title and description to let you know where it is, and you can go watch it. Otherwise, I'm going to show you the way I do it in my runs, because I simply cannot achieve that glitch. It's either really, really tough, or it's next to impossible to pull off on Xbox. Get Armadillo. Switch Echo Echo to Humongosaur right here. And for areas that don't need much explanation, I'll just kind of go through them quickly as if I'm doing an actual speedrun to show you some of the movement and how it might look. Jump over here. Okay, one thing about this next part. Do not jump from here and press grapple. He will grapple in a downwards motion and swing down, and he will swing right into this floor and you will die. Go all the way to the end, jump off, and then grab it. Here comes another boss. This boss is actually pretty easy on both Anti-Percent and Yukon Plus, so. Blizzard, attack, Blizzard, attack, Blizzard, attack, Blizzard, attack. Right. So, what I did there, Blizzard, switch out of Blizzard and back to Big Chill. So, start attacking, have enough for another one, keep attacking. It's quite simple. So one thing I forgot to also say is a lot of these topics and themes I will be covering as soon as they come into my head. I don't have any sort of piece of paper in front of me that, you know, says, oh, talk about this here and talk about this there. This is just a recording from start to finish. And as soon as I remember to talk about something, I will talk about it at the earliest convenience. Which is why I also recommend to watch this whole tutorial through once instead of sort of pick and choosing levels. Although you can do that, but if you want to pick and choose levels to see how they're done, I recommend you to just simply watch ILs or watch the world record. Let's give this cutscene. Blizzard. And here's another thing I just did that a lot of you, it will help a lot of you. So before they spawn, if you know where people are going to spawn, you can blizzard them as they're coming out of the ground. So I blizzard, I went to the back guy, and I auto-attacked him maybe 3 or 4 times until he died. Then I walked over here with more than enough mana for another blizzard, and I used the blizzard. I just walked away, didn't care. They spawned on the ground and got instantly one-shot. Right, time for the hardest puzzle in the whole game. There's 3 of these wheels. The answer to this is go left, then right. I did it way too many times. Then straight. I'm Pepega. 1 second. I did it way too many times. Hang on. Alright. I did it way too many times. And depending on how I'm feeling, I may or may not have cut that out of the video. That wasn't actually as long as I thought it was going to take. So the solution is 1 to the left, 1 to the right, and 1 in the middle. The reason I fucked it up was because I held it for too long. Don't do what I did. Okay, while the camera is switching, you want to jump up, grapple, and depending on where you're standing and how you do it, you will grapple all the way over here, right? I think if you do it from here, it can grapple you weirdly, but there you go. There's a whole thing you have to do here, but it's pointless. So just run up here and kick. This skips this whole area. I'm gonna do a blizzard here and stand here. And what I did was while the first blizzard killed the first guys, I ran over a bit like to the front, did a blizzard, and I stood over here, and I baited the guys into walking into the blizzard, so it killed all of them. Continue walking through here. Be careful walking through here because a lot of the times your AQS will just hit one of these corner things, and it's just so weird, man. So yeah, just know where you're going. There's something there to the right. I think it's like a sumo slammer. Or I don't know what it is. Walk into here. Switch to Humongous or hit the lever. Then do it again. This part is rather boring, so I shall not bore you. Then go over here as Spider Monkey, grapple, pull, and hit the lever. Now, you can use either this one or the other dispenser, they're both the same. Right, well now that boring part's over, let us finally finish this stage. Hit the button and be on your way. Goodbye and have a safe journey. Alright, so this boss fight is, the best way to do this is to rev up your blizzard and sort of do as much damage right before the blizzard hits. I'll show you. Blizzard. I actually hit him out of the blizzard, I think. So jump over here. Switch to Humongousaur. The grenade, just walk past it, doesn't matter. These rockets are bad. Wait for the box. There we go. Block these with the box. And continue on. This laser is the worst, so fuck that one. I'm gonna wait for this cutscene to dodge those rockets, because I can't take damage in it. There we go. And as the blizzard hits him, you want to prepare a blizzard. As the blizzard hits him, just KO him, and he's dead. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Devil's Tower, Split. And now, after the stage, we're halfway through the run already. The Great Wall, my favorite stage in the game. Switch out Water Hazard for Turtleman. And you can... I think some runners also like using a Swamp Fire here for combat. I still prefer Big Chill. It's however you prefer playing. So upgrade based on how you like to play. Very well.
Whoa, terracotta warriors are alive? I thought they were just statues. The Great Wall is just through this mountain pass.
So if you're fast enough, you can make the cycle I just made, and it requires two very precise things. First off, good knowledge on how to AQS with two guys. And the second one. What did I do at the start of the stage? Well, I ran up here as Big Chill. I hit him twice or 3 times. I ripped an attack and I finished him. Then the guys behind him came alive and instantly got one shot by the blizzard, which opened the door in the fastest way possible. And that lets you make this first cycle. If not, you have to unfortunately wait for it to go down. Or, actually, let me show you. If you don't make this cycle and the thing goes all the way to the top, fret not. I'm pretty sure you can still catch it like this. So, take your ass through here. Walk past these pots, because you will AQS into them. And walk into this trigger as Big Chill. Now Big Chill can glide through here because of this wind sort of current. So AQS off this side and begin flying. This one you want to jump because you don't have enough height really. Switch to amphibian. And shoot this. On any percent, the timing is different. You shoot so much slower. It is possible that while you're opening this, you will miss. Learn the timing for it on 80% and stick to it. It is infuriating when, like for example, you open this and then you shoot and then it either misses or something else. And the timing is weird because the teeth of the dragon statue still cover the, whatever the fuck that was. Now I'll show you a pretty tough trick. The reason it's tough is because you're going to be doing it you're going to be doing a lot of it blind. If you don't want to do it, in fact, I don't actually recommend you learning it if you're new. Go through this, attack those guys, go up those stairs on the left and burn the branches as on fire. If you're a Chad, this is why we took Terra Spin. This is the only reason actually I think we took Terra Spin. So, actually that's not true. That's not true. We took Terra Spin regardless. Jump over here. This is only once you broke the statue. That's why we break it first. You need to break this dragon statue. Fly over on top here. And now I'm going to give a very, very important piece of information that is used for anyone that wants to play this game or glitch hunt this game. The way the game loads things is not based on where you are, it's based on the position of the camera. If I look over to the right, excuse me, let me stand over here. If I look over to the right, not sure now why that's not quite working. Hang on a second. There we go. Okay, so there we go. You see this sort of cliff? Now, I am kind of a clown right now. Because of 2 things. A, I can't get it, and B, that wasn't a cliff. See this mountain? If this mountain is loaded in, you're fine. Move over to the side. Not sure why that's doing that now. And jump over here. This doesn't deload nearly as often as you think. I don't know why I made it seem like it does. Jump over and fly on top of this wall. Now this wall is thicker than you think. Now it looks misleading. You see, like this thing I'm about to stand on. If I go any further, I'm gonna die. Stand on like this area you're floating above. It's much, much safer. If you're a Chad, you can AQS through here. Just make sure to AQS on these parts and not the ones that are like almost at the top. Go over here. And now I'm going to jump at a very specific part and I want you to replicate what I'm doing. Do not go too much to the left, you will fall. And what that will cause it to do is it'll load in the level, and what you want to do is you want to land in the water so that you hit the death trigger and go back a bit. One fun thing about this game is if you miss the death trigger and you fall out of the map while out of bounds, you will keep falling forever, which is an immediate restart. So, don't do it. Run up here. I actually missed it. See, so I'm going to load the level in. I'm going to fly into this water. Why did I miss it? Well, I was too much to the left. But fret not, because we actually spawn not terribly far.
Amphibian has the ability to
Maybe I should have said something like, I'm gonna show you what it looks like if you fail, before I did it, because then I don't look like an idiot.
for a short period of
Anyway.
time, Vince. You aren't fast enough to get through. So try using one of your special powers.
And begin gliding this way, then slightly turn left. And there you go. Now this is a tough skip. And unfortunately I would recommend to just mess around with it before you try it, because it's like in a run, because it's really tough. And if it's your first few runs, maybe don't even bother. It's really tough. Keep going through here. For this fight I actually prefer using Sunfire. Burn this.
Oh, no problem.
Use Big Shot to blow it out.
Easily blow out fires like this one.
And then Amphibian.
Trigger and press the B button to use his frost grip. Brr. Did it get cold in here, or is it just?
This is exactly what I mean by missing it. I'm on Nukem Plus and I can still miss it. If you hold it for longer, it'll open it like that, but that's kind of a pega sometimes. AQS your way through here. Get rid of those guys with an AoE. Amphibian this door. It can open this door. There's a chance this door doesn't open. Then you have to do it again. I don't know why, but we don't question it. Alright, you don't have to freeze these guys, but I do regardless, because it helps you like set up the skip. So, this was one of the very first big skips I found in the game. And it essentially skips, I think it saves exactly 5 minutes. Instead of going through this path and doing the whole first part, or the second part of the first stage, you jump over here, double jump, and double jump again. Now you want to make sure you jump at the height of your jump, otherwise you will not get this. Let me show you again what it looks like. There we go. And it doesn't really matter where you jump from here, just jump into this wall. This is a huge area where you can just walk around, so feel free to jump wherever you want. And you want to AQS and just jump in here. This is the trigger for the boss, and we skip basically most of the stage. Now, you want to pick any form here, and you want to pick each form once. That's how you win. If you choose the same one by accident and miss one, you will have to do that whole phase again. Anyway, Sunfire, left side. Kill the rest. Choose a different alien. AoE those guys, and now finally pick the final alien. It can be done in any order, it doesn't matter. So just do it in order you always remember, and do the same one I recommend every time, because there's a chance that you will just forget, and if you do a different order, you will just, your muscle memory will do the same one, then you will fuck it up. Am I speaking from experience? Yes. Right. So you want to use your AoE with the A button or X if you're on PS3 for the first one, and then you want to do the Y button. I don't know why I'm having to look at the controller for this. or the triangle button. So the bottom one first and then the top one. You'll be clearing through these super fast. The reason I prefer using this than the AoE is because you technically do 2 hops really fast, and you can also move during it. So if you clear everyone, people again charging for special attack, we're gonna just go cancel it and freeze him. Finish the AoE, and yep. AQS your way through here. I almost said AoE, not sure why.
Look up there, Ben. Those fans might be able to help you glide into the base.
Use amphibian. Get this and jump on top of it. As soon as it starts going up, you want to slope jump, because remember that's a thing. While we're gaining height, if you jump, you gain more height.
The door is open now, Ben.
There we go. Going over here. And I'm going to talk about the worst enemy in the whole game. This guys with shields. There's only 2 ways to get rid of them. 2. The first one is if you counterattack them while they're attacking you, which is bad for several reasons, because A, it wastes time. B, you have to wait for them to attack you. And C, they might not even do it, because the way this is formed is any one of these guys can randomly attack you, and if it's not the shield guy for a while, you'll be there forever. Or the second way to do it, which is much better, there are 2 abilities so far in the game that I know of that kill guys with shields. That is Big Chill's Blizzard, which is another reason why I love this ability and this character. And also Water Hazard's, I think it's the X. So the left ability, or square on PS triple. So we'll go in the middle. Bait them all into this blizzard, if you can. There we go. Some other guy spawned. But yeah, if a guy with a shield comes over, just press counter, and they will counter him. And it'll take off his shield. Continue going through here. Set the thing on fire, put out the fire, and use amphibian to power it up. Use 2 blizzards here. And be ready to power this up with amphibian. Now, some things in this game you can't automatically use until the game realizes there's no enemies left, and that might take actually like a second or 2 after you kill the enemy. Alright. You can continue through and finish the rest of this thing. Don't do it. That's why we took Terra Spin. After you power this up, run all the way back here. Jump on this lamp or lantern. Go up here. Switch to Terra Spin. You can probably make this jump as Big Chill. Let me actually test that, because maybe for 90% players it's not worth taking Terra Spin if you're not doing... Or sorry. Maybe it's not worth taking Terra Spin if you don't do the very hard invisible trick. Okay, so it's kind of weird, but it is possible.
Now that all the fans are active, use Big Chill to glide
So,
from one to another.
power this baby up. I'm beginning gliding.
Those vines are clogging the fan vents. Burn them off and then restore the power.
Burn that off and fly over here. And fly up. So you will actually be gaining height for quite a bit of that. It looks like the air current's only there, but it's actually just you keep gaining height for a long time. So now here comes the dragon. Actually I'll just go into it and I'll talk through it. Switch to amphibian and block. After the 3rd block, you hear power this up. Block through it. Switch to Big Chill and freeze him. Then Terra Spin and Fireball. Immediately go left and power this up. It always does middle, left, right. Always. And if you're there on time, he will not spew fireballs at you. Now you don't actually have to fit these guys like super fast or anything. Because look, like, now I have to wait regardless, so... After you do enough damage on this sort of rotation, the dragon will go into the lava. Go over here. Block this attack. And from here you can snipe him. What I did just now, I called Fast Drag, aka Fast Dragon, for those uneducated. Skip the cutscene. Perfect. So basically what I did there was after he comes up from the lava, you want to go to the top left, hit it. If you're on New Game Plus, you can hit it twice with 2 abilities. Immediately sprint over to the back right and hit that with an ability. That is called Fast the Dragon and is the fastest way right now, as far as I'm aware, to kill him. Unfortunately, I'm only human, and I've been recording for 1.5 hours. I'm going to need to take a rather quick toilet break. I don't know if I'm going to be leaving this in, so I'm going to try and be fast because I really can't be fucked editing this down. So see you later. Alright, so now that I'm back, we can proceed. So if you're pretty fast, you can probably go toilet and still not lose time in your run. I actually did speedrun once before on a different game where I had to go toilet halfway through the run, and I still saved time on that split because it was so awful. Anyway. Let us keep going. Split. And now we're going to begin Tokyo Nights. That's a pretty cool stage. I actually like this a lot. So, here we're going to switch NRG for Big Chill. AQS your way through here. Kill the first guy. 1, 2, 3. And blizzard them.
Armadillo can activate that scaffold.
So Armadillo can activate this and you're gonna run through, but if you're fast, just jump off and grapple it from here.
It looks like you can use the scaffold.
Now, generally, you have to use energy for the whole part of this. However, we're going to skip him completely. So, normally, you'd have to walk all the way up here, melt this down and jump. but we're speedrunners, so say we're here. Jump over here, grab this, and just walk through the gate. Kick into this door. 1, 2, 3. This one's faster, I think. There we go.
I'm picking up a residual signal coming from
Kick.
the building across the way. Better try there first.
Now there are two ways to do this.
Find a way to restore the power so they
First
can
one, grapple this. Next, switch to armadillo. It'll turn around. Then jump on top, armadillo this to the end, and pick up the box. My favorite way, ignore all this. The devs right now watching this video are like, what the fuck? Jump over here, go behind this, switch to terra spin, and jump. And now this whole room has a pretty solid roof. Not roof, rather ceiling. Jump on the ceiling, and immediately just jump over here and fall into this trigger. I don't know why the trigger is outside the room. It makes no sense to me. Anyway. Parry him. Dead. Blizzard immediately. Make sure they're both inside it. And continue forth.
Try to leave them their dignity, if they had any.
Now, you generally want a blizzard as close to the shield guys as you can. Wait for it to open it with armadillo. Run over here. AQS a bit, you know, just put some swag in your movement. And, yeah.
I got it. We should just spray a little bit of
Jump up here, grab, kick.
Cooper will come running.
Armadillo open this door,
Use
and
the web pull to bring that
you
signal
wanna
closer.
switch to Mr. Big Chill over here. You wanna grab this pull, AQS, switch, grab, kick. So this whole part is, it looks really cool when done fast, but this is kind of what you do. Drill, blah blah blah. Pull this, you'll spawn in like this. AQS. And kick again. It looks really good when done right, so I recommend people learning it. Now, if you're good at the game, I recommend not clearing these minions, because there's a cool skip we can do here. But I'm gonna clear them for everyone just to show you. Ow. Okay. If you're about to do the thing I'm doing, do not clear these guys. I'm only doing it so I have more freedom to show you how it works. If you don't want to do this, which I don't know why you wouldn't, actually, just go normally, but fuck that. This is quite easy. Right, so if you're scared that they'll kill you, or they'll break the box, you're gonna have to kill them. If not, so you come out here, switch to Spider Monkey immediately, and jump in this corner. Switch to Terra Spin, and jump like this. See, even with me doing it, and I know what I'm doing in this game, I still didn't get it first try, and you basically have 3 tries before the enemies get here and break your box. So, I want to switch. I guess you wait a bit. So you want to be facing this wall. And it's kind of to do with timing and the way you're looking. I wonder if it still works like this. Okay, well there you go. So get yourself familiar with this. Maybe it's a bit more consistent the way I just did. Perhaps it is. Just get consistent with this moon jump. It's really, really helpful. So one more time. I guess I just can't do it anymore. Hello. There we go. Jump over here. Follow this invisible wall. You're standing on top of this sort of beam. Just continue following through here. Jump kick. Land on top of this. Jump over here and fly into this window. You can stand here, don't worry. Break the window open. So the way you're supposed to do it is you wanna... I panicked and switched to the wrong guy. Because my mind's kind of all over the place. It's really hard to explain stuff. And trying to speedrun at the same time. I'm sorry. So you wanna Blizzard, switch, auto attack these guys, and Blizzard again. And it'll kill everyone really fast. Alright. Hey QS, or SAQS, you're way down here. And this is the second cutscene in the game where I recommend going to the toilet or, you know, grabbing a drink, which is where I'm going to go pour myself a drink right now. You know.
Cooper. Let me think. There was
If you want time to do anything, this is the best place to do it.
He's far too busy now. Preoccupied with some friends of mine.
You cannot skip this cutscene, in case you were wondering, which is why we're chilling right now.
Jokes and fun times over, Ben. Catch me if you can.
I use energy here because while Spider Monkey does cool jumping, I think he loses time. Energy just fucking walks through everything because he doesn't give 2/3 of a shit. It's actually rather comical. Like, look at this. He just walks through it like a Chad. This is the only one you actually have to hit. It's different. It's a different QTE for everyone, every time. And I know it's a bit boring. We're seeing Ultimate Spider Monkey for the second time, but I guess whatever. So just focus on beating the fuck out of this guy. It's not that difficult. There we go. Skip cutscene. And that's the first instance coming up in New Game Plus where you can actually die because the enemies do a lot of damage. Okay. Blizzard this guy. And... holy Jesus. Did you see my health bar vanish? If that happens, feel free to take this health, like, holy crap. Another guy spawned. I heard him spawn, so I'm going to bait everyone into this. And yeah, you really could have died here. Now there's two ways to do this. First way. Spin. Oh, fuck. Let me see if I can die. To show this off again. I can, alright. But in return, I'm gonna have to face the deadliest enemies in the whole game again. There we go. Okay, so as you've seen there, you can jump up to the very top, use Armadillo, open this gate, and walk through it. Alternative way. Now, I don't get this quite often. But this is essentially the basic gist of it, is you want to jump up this. There you go. I'll show you one more time what it looks like, if I can get it. You don't wanna jump all the way, like rev up a whole swing and then go, because you're gonna go fucking flying. You wanna do it off a like low swing. Yeah, it's rather tough. Maybe do it a bit earlier, actually. This is quite a tough one, and I don't usually do it in my runs. That is precisely why. Alright. Alright, well, I'll just go do it the normal way. But yeah, if you want to have a bit of swag, you can do that. I personally don't. No. You can ignore all this and just fly past it. It does a fair bit of damage. Fire does a lot of damage in this game, but... Right. So before, you'd have to clear a path, and then you'd want to go do some other stuff, and then you'd be able to grapple to the end. Ignore that. Use Armadillo and raise this all the way to the top. And get in. The jump I did there, I actually, maybe you've seen it, I kind of, off the car when I jumped on top of the car, I swerved a bit to the right to get a bit of a slope jump. And that lets me go a bit higher. And it helps with the grappling of that kind of hook, so there you go. Okay, if you need some extra HP, go break these guys. And switch Terra Spin to energy. Okay. So there's two ways you can fight this boss. The normal way, which I'm not going to show. Figure that out by yourself. Or you can do the... well, it's a 2 cycle, but you skip a cycle basically of the boss. And I recommend doing it this way because this way is actually not that hard. So, skip. Jump over this laser. Armadillo. Walk over here. And you're gonna want to switch to energy. Jump over here. Switch to picture and jump over to the left. I just, like, I swerved over to the left and I swerved back in because there's a small invisible wall and you don't want to hit it. Anyway. You want to guard through all these attacks and dodge everything. He shoots because we skipped a cycle. Normally... oh. Normally, he stops shooting you in this point, but because we skipped the first fight, he still shoots. That's why this was so dangerous, but... jump. Dodge this shot and immediately start armadilloing it. Bait out an attack. Bait out one of 2 attacks. One is going to be just shots, and the other one's going to be a laser that's going to come in from the right. There we go. That's the whole boss. So what we essentially skipped doing this 2-cycle method is we skipped the whole left arm. And it's a bit tougher because he keeps shooting, but if you just sit there and block, it doesn't matter. Split. Very well. So, fantastic. Finally, an hour and 47 minutes into the game, we begin the Amazon. This stage is not really famed for any glitches, really. There's a few, and it has a glitch that I can't perform. Actually, it has two, technically. So I'll briefly mention them, but I will not actually show them because I can't. Now, if you're a runner of version 2, so stuff like PSP, I will provide both videos to 2 glitches if I can. If I cannot, in the description it will simply say I couldn't find a video clip for it. So here, if you're upgrading, you know, of course upgrade some Big Chill. I'd recommend keeping him because you need him for this stage. Don't switch out anything here. This setup is perfect.
The anti-air defenses in the area are too strong to drop you off close to the base. Looks like you're gonna have to find another way in.
Jump, kick, fly.
Seriously, why does Ben get to have all the fun?
That's a shield guy. There's 2 ways to go with him, either parry or
This door doesn't have enough.
blizzard.
Use amphibian to charge it up.
Amphibian again. Now you can use amphibian to AQS. Blow that up with amphibian ranged attack.
Watch out for the sniper in that bunker. I bet you can take
That
him
sniper's
out.
kind of Pepega, he won't really hit you. If that ever happens, where a guy freezes and the blizzard doesn't kill him, he will respawn, by the way. He's not dead. It's just a really weird glitch, but it happens. Echo, echo, clone. Go through a door, switch. I'm Pepega. Hit this. I'm kind of impatient going through this level, I'm very sorry. And proceed to glide down. This level is also a bit weird to AQS through because of all the stairs. It's a bit awkward. Go blow this up. Shoot this. And for this sniper, wait until he shoots and it hits you. Or wait until it shoots and it hits that. Kick. And go past it. Wait until you get hit. And fly. If you do not do what I just did, you will die. You want to make sure at that ledge that you wait until you get hit. He shoots you with just the right amount of attack speed, where if you jump and you didn't get hit, he will shoot you mid-flight and you will fall into the pit. Now over these guys, I don't know why. It's like they fucked up the level design. They actually buffed Big Chill's gliding abilities, and you don't glide down nearly as fast as you think you would. So this lets you do something like this. Look at how slowly I'm falling. So graceful. Do exactly what I'm doing. There's a fight up there that you can trigger. Now before, this area used to be long, and I'm very glad we skipped it because it was fucking so bad. You'd have to switch to Echo Echo and do some stuff, and then get the 2 sort of control points, and go to the end and drain the lake. Now we just go over here and land up here. It's not that tough, and it shouldn't take you very many tries. It's basically the same, and there's nothing else I can do to explain it. You just go inside that box and as Echo Echo, and then you switch to Humongousaur. Switch to Big Chill, jump off into the thing, and start gliding on top of this roof. Or this ceiling, rather. I keep calling them roofs when they're like buildings from the outside, but they're really just ceilings. And this is the level we're going to be going to. Unfortunately, you can't fly in there because it doesn't actually load the stage. You need to go in here and load the stage for yourself. Now the fastest way to clear as Echo Echo is to use the leftmost ability and then finish them off with the topmost ability. And I only like to spin around so it hits everyone. I don't know if you technically have to do it, but yeah, once you're in a smaller group, it's not actually that your attack isn't. It's kind of underwhelming. Very well, that was Ultimate Echo Echo. Now it's worth mentioning right now. You can skip Ultimate Echo Echo. You can skip this boss fight on PSP, on version 2. You can skip it. It's been done. You can also skip one other section. And that was found by Igor. Where you can skip a whole flying section, and if I can get them linked in the description, I will do it. If I cannot, it will just simply say that, hey, I was not able to. But feel free to join the Benton server, and we will explain everything if you're looking into finding out what they look like. There you go. So remember how I said some things don't actually let you, like, activate them until the game knows that everything is fine and you kill all the enemies? This sort of event door is one of them. So you see, I tried to go in with an ability, it didn't let me. It's not because I missed the first time. Once it confirmed it, go in.
These turrets look dangerous. Make sure you raise the blast shields before you disable them.
Go in. Divide and conquer.
The door's locked. You need to figure out a way to open it. There's a control system over here. Maybe you can
Get the first one. When they light up like that, you know you can stop. You can prepare with your frost breath. There we go. And once you press B on this or circle and it lights up over here, you know it's ready. There you go. Proceed to make your way up these stairs. If you're Chad, you can slope jump or something like that. That's pretty cool too, you know. Stand on this. And make 2 clones. Unfortunately, there's no faster way to get through this right now, so you're gonna have to deal with just going through this section. Blow these out, switch to Big Chill. Then switch to Echo Echo up through here. Hit this grate, do not ability through it, because you will fall off this map. And it's going to be rather comical for you and your Twitch chat. Go through here. Kick. Kick is much faster. This is really the stage that shows how OP kick is. Up here. Sometimes your clones will just say fuck you, by the way, during that part, and they will either despawn or just walk off it. It's really funny, but just in case you start moving off of that platform and the platform starts like running away, just know that that might be the case. So be prepared.
You guys are in for a world of pain.
Do not forget to do this one. If you walk through the door without showing this off, you will die because the missile will launch. Time to practice some of that SAQS. And this fight is not all that difficult. The first, so you just kind of want to just sit here in a block. And once he jumps over here, the first one, I think you power up with Amphibian. I'm gonna get you. If you do what I did, he will just hit you. So do not do that. There you go, hit them both. This one's Echo Echo. And last one's Big Chill. So just sit and block, actually. Oh, he missed. That's rather interesting. So the guy just missed straight up. There we go. And there we go. Blizzard just kills them, or you can punch them, that works too.
Don't you guys ever learn? Good thing the artifact doesn't seem to...
Skip the cutscene. Skip this too. Split. For this stage, switch energy for Big Chill. And I think we're back in Rome, in the catacombs. This is the same stage. I think visually looks similar. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Right. Yeah, this is the last place you'd be upgrading either Big Chill or Swamp Fire. So, there you are. I will be using Mr. Water Hazard for the last stage. Alright, go in. You can switch into Big Chill in the middle of that cutscene, by the way. It's pretty funny.
You guys can't seriously think they actually stand.
Jump up here. Armor driller down. Hope people remember this arena. This is where you fought the very first boss at the end of Catacombs. Like the big boss. There's like mini bosses halfway through, but this is... Alright. Kick. Overgrowth. You don't have to kill these guys, but I do. And now we're going to do another moon jump. Go into here, switch to Terra Spin, and land on top of this. Jump on top of this wall. Jump on top of this wall. And jump inside this This skips like whatever that puzzle was. Alright. Alright, time for a really cool puzzle that uses slope jump. While you're up here, these guys should not be able to hit you. By the way. You see the way this pot has a handle? Well, the hitbox of the handle is actually a bit higher than the hitbox of the top of the pot, which is strange because visually the top of the pot it's much higher than the handle. Anyway, what we are going to do is I'm going to turn around with Big Chill, and I'm going to walk into this over here handle, the one closest to the camera, and I'm going to jump while I'm kind of going up it, which is a very small time frame. And this skip is called pot jump. I'm going to jump off this handle. I'm going to get a slope jump off this handle, which will let me go on top of this ledge. Let's see if I get it. Didn't get it. There we go. And this guy despawns. Interesting, right? Yeah, I could show you a few more times. In fact, I probably will. There we go. You can try different methods where like you jump and then you face away and you maybe like get better timing with that. I already learned the timing for turning around and running and jumping. Some people maybe it's easier for you to like jump into the wall and turn around slowly without moving and then run up and jump. Maybe that's easier for you, I don't know. But if you don't want to do this, you gotta kill the enemies and ignite this and the stairs will go up. Jump, kick, jump, jump, kick. It's on fire. So you can go back and do everything manually. If you do, you have to use, you see this over here? I don't know what they're called, but they're like weird columns. You have to use this if you're doing the, like the baby strat. If you're doing the chat strat, like what I'm doing now, you jump kick, then you go over here, jump kick, and over here. You have to use tear spin. Jump at the latest possible time you can jump. There we go. Use Armadillo to bring this down. Go over here. What, you can walk into the wall, you don't fall down here. Jump, Big Chill. And jump and kick. And I was about to actually give you a point about something really important. That thing was, do not jump too far to the left. I know, like, you might be like, oh, if I go too far to the right, I might die. It's like, yeah, you might. But if you jump into this wall, you see where the protective sort of thing is? Like, look, you have all this space here to land. If you facepalm into this, you will insta-die, like I just did. And I'm glad that I did it, because now it shows you why you should risk it a bit more and go a bit more for the edge, because if you go too close, you will die. Take this. With the dash, so the right one. The right ability. And time to test our SAQSs right now again. Now we're outside.
No easy way through, huh? Big surprise.
Come over here. Load this up. And take this. Now, you can blah 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 take this wall off. And then go through here as Terra Spin and keep continue on. I like skipping this for the swag stride. It doesn't save that much time, but it looks cooler. Here you go. Now you're on the rooftops. Jump off and kick.
I'd leave them their dignity, if they had any to begin with.
Jump over here. Slope jump onto the slab. And you want to jump over here. And this essentially skips all of those fights. It's crazy. So you want to slope jump again. Slope jump off that car, onto the slab, and off the slab, up to here. Jump down, and you're here. Do not go forward. Instead, we're going to do the same thing. Slope jump, and fly onto the slab. Then up here. Bit of AQSing and the way to spice things up. There we go. Now, you could take the stairs on enough, but I think there's a fight there. Maybe not. I don't even know anymore. But you just jump off to the side. Anyway, here's one fight that I actually do in this level. There you go, this one. I would recommend doing this because I don't think there's anything that skips it.
You one-upped me for the last time, Ben Tennyson.
I did what to... Chill.
Easy to fight. You can actually out of bounds in his arena for the boss, and you can fly into the trigger for fighting him. So it's so funny because he just keeps repeating himself, and the same cutscene keeps playing. It's hilarious. Anyway, jump kick. Big fight here again, but same way I did last time. We don't care. Slope jump up here. There's a rock. You wanna, as you walk up the rock, you just do that and jump. Alright. So, there's two ways to do this. I recommend this one. For one reason, and one reason alone. So, get this platform to about here. Maybe a bit more if you like. Interact with us. And be wary of how you jump. This is misleading as a design for the platform. The ledge isn't actually the ledge is empty space, you will fall and die. You want to jump earlier. And kick. And kick. Do this part first. If you die, you go all the way back. Where the fuck did the platform go? Hello? Anyway. Right. Switch to Terra Spin. Wait a bit. And about now, you want to go in. This fire really hurts you, and you better hope it doesn't kill you. That'll be embarrassing. The reason I did the left side first, because that's it. The only reason is I'm more likely to die on the left side than I am on the right side. Otherwise, if you're a fan of the right side, I want to do it first. So that's fine by me. Whoa, that was almost really anticlimactic. Yeah, you gotta be careful with your aliens and stuff. Oh, I almost died. You gotta know what aliens you are, and oftentimes if you put the wrong input, you'll be on the wrong alien at the wrong time, and you're gonna be like, oh, you know, and like if you switch to Ben halfway through, it messes the whole thing up. So. And for this one, only open up the main door. That is dangerous to do something like that, but I guess whatever. I messed with the AQS at the end. It's kind of sad to see because it was going so well. Your fingers do get tired. It's not an easy trick to, you know, uphold. Over here. If you need health, grab this and go into the boss fight. So you want to hold block and just sit there. Keep both of these guys next to you for a very important reason. Right about now, start killing them. This gives you enough time to kill them, and they will not interrupt you for this attack. So I like to just sit there, and you see the 3 skulls. Once he's on his way to the right from the left skull, and he's halfway into the right skull, I just like to kill them. So now. There we go. Oh no. So the reason these guys keep spawning is so you can get your gauge back. And just kill them. GG. That's the whole fight. What used to be one of the most annoying fights is now made super easy. I split. So boys, after 2 hours and 50 minutes, we're on the last stage, and this is final battle. It's actually a really glitched out stage. It's pretty weird. For the first time, I'm sorry, Big Chill, we're gonna have to betray you at the end of the run and use Water Hazard as our main source of combat. Now, actually, Water Hazard, while I never had faith in him, in, you know, so like, the amount of time I spent playing this game, he's not that bad. And here, hopefully, he will show everyone why. Fully upgraded Water Hazard is no joke. Kill these guys. It's worth mentioning, you want to AQS into stuff like that. It's worth mentioning, I'm not using the AoE. This is the AoE. I'm using the leftmost ability. A lot of the stuff you'll be doing, I shouldn't be having to say that I'm using this ability or that ability. Like, I can say I'm using the AoE and stuff, but you should be able to, like, see and know that for yourself. I don't think I should be needing to go through everything, but whatever. For simplicity's sake, I guess for you. Okay, don't take too much damage. Okay. So I don't know how to explain this next part. I'm gonna give 2 different ways to do this. No, I'll do one and I'll do a backup. Okay, I'm gonna die now. That looks like it should have worked, man. Alright. Let's not mind. I'm going to show you the backup. Jump over here. And continue on forward. Now let me die one more time. Is there a fire here? Does that kill me quicker? I really want to get it because it's tough, but if you get it, it's really worth it. Here we go. So let's assume you get this. So you want to just walk on through here. If you tilt your camera, you will spawn in the rest of the stage. And you jump over here. And feel free to walk. This is one way to get this glitch. Now, believe it or not, I have a second way. So let's assume you missed it, and then let's assume that you also chose to do a jump off of an enemy's head and past that wall without fighting them. Perfect. Grab this. Don't put it on the left block, put it on this block. This is not the way you're supposed to do this level, by the way. You're supposed to go do some other stuff, and it doesn't matter. Go on and grab this. You have to jump and grapple up to it. You want to swing. Double jump. Hit. And fly up here. So the way you do it is you double jump, grapple, and immediately jump out of the grapple. So you double jump, grapple, jump. That's how fast you have to do it. Simply go over here. And begin flying up. And we are effectively at the same point. It's pretty interesting how two different out of bounds led me up to this point. But anyway. Be careful of this invisible wall. It's a weird one. Anyway, proceed forward. And jump up here and to the right. Or to the left. What am I saying? Confusing my directions now. Go in here. AoE these guys. Kill these guys. And now, let us keep going. Jump over here and jump over here. So, I'm not gonna show you the way you do it as a casual playthrough because that's stupid. You go over here and there's a grapple point. You're gonna grab the grapple, and it's the exact same thing we've done in Tokyo Nights and literally 20 seconds ago. So you double jump, and sometimes you get fucked. That's fine. Okay, remember, please remember where your terror spin is. He might save you, because I'm really kind of not confident in where I'm going to land. So you want to... I promise this is not that hard. There we go. Please land where I am standing. If you go fucking flying, you will go through this wall and you will be in an area that's out of bounds. You will fall through the floor and you're not going to have fun because you're going to have to quit the level. And it's, if you're a good runner with a really good time, it's a reset. I know this is a tutorial, but I'm 2 hours and 20 minutes in now. Like, damn, this is the last level. You know? Do not go through this. Look. You see this missing wall? You see, like, all this floor that's missing? If you fall in there, it's game over. I don't want to scare you. So let's continue forward. Kick. Hit this gate. Or grate. Or vent door. However you want to call it. Now you see these guys still dealt quite a bit of damage to me, and I'm a maxed out character. Well, they do a lot of damage, so prepare yourself and try not to get hit if you can. Also, AQS this whole time I was running. Like, what am I doing? Basically, if you can AQS, do it. If you ever see me in a part where I'm not AQSing, it's either because if it's a short place, it's probably because I don't feel like AQSing, or it's kind of awkward to AQS in that area, or B, I'm explaining something and I wasn't looking, and I wanted to talk to you instead of AQSing. So AQS as much as you can, in other words. Jump up here. Use an ability off of this. You'll go flying. Hit this. Now these water hazard switches you can hit with your AoE, so your lowermost button, or with the rightmost button. They both work. Another thing. If you're doing something, or you're in a cutscene, or you're coming out of a cutscene, and you hold a direction, the game will continue walking you in the direction the camera was facing. It's weird. So make sure to not hold directions after important events like that. It's kind of weird what I just say because you'll have to play the game to understand it. Now, I'll maybe show you an example if I can get this to work. Okay, didn't work unfortunately. Sometimes after releasing this, you will walk in not the direction you're actually pointing in, which is strange. Get these if you're low. I'd recommend starting this on full HP if you can. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're on the final boss of the game. So, ready your clocks because this is almost over.
Ultimatrix must complete POTUS LTR.
This is quite a cool cutscene. Alright, so I'm gonna pause this here. You are going to be just two guys beating the fuck out of each other. And you will have one ability that he cannot cancel using his laser. So what you're going to see me do in this fight is I'm going to be smacking him. And when I see him charge up a laser, I will do one auto attack with my X or square button if you're on PS3. And then I will immediately hold right trigger to bring up the abilities menu, and I'll also use X and use the leftmost ability to cancel his laser. So I'll show you what this looks like. That's his smack, I don't care about that. That's another smack, we don't care about that. This is his laser. One auto, then ability. Smacks, we don't care, we can trade blows. Auto attack, ability. This way we don't get stun locked by him and his laser. It's perfect. Okay, while he's stunned, hit this bridge for more HP and just stand next to him. There we go. He will alternate blows and lasers, by the way, just saying. So, this always works. Now he's gonna smack me, we just keep going. Now he's gonna jump over. And he's either gonna do a smack or a laser. Controller lost. Hello? It's interesting. Maybe the cable's cucked. That's really sad. I think my controller is sort of on the brink of death. I hope it doesn't tap out. Collect some HP from the other part of the bridge. And continue scrapping. I think it appears that after this story I'm gonna have to get a new controller because this one, you've served me well and you have taken part in my Benton tutorial. I'm very glad you're with me. Also, get ready on time. After he starts doing this, when the screen fades to black, time. Right. Okay, so the wire actually is kind of cooked. Right, so I'm going to use this time to talk a bit about the game. Talk a bit about the community. This was the whole run. I have showed you everything that I know about New Game Plus. And all the skips that I use. There's only 2 skips in the Amazon, which I have not been able to show you, and I think one more a bit earlier. Can't remember what the fuck it was, but you guys probably know watching this video. Right, so I think that would be really it. I don't know what else there is to say, really. I'd like to thank everyone who came over to watch this video. This video is now 2.5 hours long. I think this tutorial is pretty in-depth, but there's a lot to cover and a lot to talk about, a lot of weird tricks. Can I skip this cutscene so maybe you guys can understand me better? But yeah, so that was it. I'd like to thank all the people that were part of the Ben 10 speedrunning community with this game, that helped find all these glitches, because there's quite a fair bit in this, and I think now it's really a game that's worthy of, worthy enough to be seen by the general speedrunning public. So I hope this tutorial will help bring a few new players into the game, and as I said before, feel free to join our Ben 10 Discord server. We're very glad to see everyone join, whether you're for this game or Protector of Earth or a different game in general. That is all fine. Whether you simply want to know more about the game, whether you want to speedrun, whether you want to glitch hunt, that's also fine. That's actually how I started playing this game. This game had next to no glitches when I started playing. And now we'll turn to this. After a solid amount of glitch hunting, it became a fantastic, phenomenal speed game. And I would recommend this to everyone. So once again, thank you all for watching. I'm going to end the video now. Hope this tutorial was helpful. And yeah, feel free to give me your feedback in the comments down below. So without further ado, thank you.